Wait, what? So this happened. I'm Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast Hell is Not the End, although it feels like just the beginning sometimes. Is anything really the end, though? This podcast is meant to explore the limitless possibilities of one's own soul. Why do people do bad things? Why are there countless happenings beyond understanding? Why, when we are cautioned not to do something, do we just do it anyway? The definition of curiosity, a strong desire to know or learn something. There you have it. I will curiously explore why. Hell is not the end.
So we roll back around to horrific incidents at amusement and theme parks. Personally, I've only heard of one of these incidents, and when I did, it was hard to stomach. I know, statistically speaking, these incidents are rare, but it does seem like there are a lot of them, always prompting me to wonder, what don't we know?
On July 27, 2017, at the Ohio State Fair in Columbus, Ohio, a carnival ride named the Fireball malfunctioned, killing one and injuring 7 others. It was an aggressive thrill ride that swoops like a pendulum and swings like a circle. It just kind of breaks apart while in midair. On a video, it can be seen spinning in the air while obvious parts start flying off the ride while throwing riders to the ground. An investigation would prove excessive corrosion of the arm of the gondola, creating an obvious weakness while swinging the pendulum-like ride. A corrosion that had been affecting the ride for the past 18 years, exactly the age of the teen that died in this incident. A full row of seats would break up and fall apart, breaking apart while in motion. The other 7 injured not only included riders but also affected fairgoers being hit with flying debris. Rewind. 5 years before, in 2012, the thickness of the steel support beams required to operate the ride were reduced. There is only one viable reason the support beams would weaken: rust causing excessive corrosion and weakness. Thickness measurements were not reported back to the higher-ups for safety scrutiny. On August 7, 2016, at Kansas City's Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City, Kansas, a waterslide by the name of Verrückt, meaning insane or crazy in German, would be the cause of another freak accident. A 10-year-old boy is decapitated while on the Verrückt. The Verrückt was designed with 2 drops, a 17-foot plunge and 5-story uphill midsection. It focused on weight distribution, which I will not get into since there is discrepancies of the weight requirement was important. The information I found is contradictory. The ride was modified several times before opening due to height concerns. After the incident with the 10-year-old boy, the ride was closed and dismantled. The 2 other riders in the raft suffered minor facial injuries, and it is believed that the fatal raft incident was the result of uneven weight distribution. The 10-year-old boy, who did not even weigh 100 pounds, should not have been in the front of the raft. Because of this unevenness, the raft goes airborne, propelling the boy into the metal safety netting, decapitating him. On June 30th, 2010, at EcoVenture Valley Theme Park in Shenzhen, China, 6 people die and 10 others are injured while on the space journey, a motion ride simulating a rocket launch. It plunges just over 49 feet to the ground, carrying 44 passengers. It is said that shortly before the ride was to end, the power was cut, causing one of the carriages to crash into the others, forcing the entire ride to flip and plunge to the ground. EcoVenture Valley is one of the 2 popular theme parks in that area known for its thrill rides. The ride was manufactured by a Chinese company to resemble popular space rides found in the United States theme parks. On June 14, 1986, at Galaxyland Amusement Park, located at West Edmonton Mall in Alberta, Canada, a roller coaster named the Mindbender derails. It was the 4th car of a train traveling midway along the course. The car's wheel assembly becomes detached from both the track and the car itself, causing the car to sway back and forth across the tracks. The car becomes damaged. The lap bar restraints unlock and release, throwing all 4 riders to the concrete floor below, right before the car had reached the 3rd and final loop. As the train continues to move down the track and into the final loop, the friction from the car's derailment slows down the train and stopped it from clearing the final loop. The train will roll backwards. The train will roll backward, hit the detached car, and send it crashing into a concrete pillar, stopping the train completely. 3 out of 4 riders will die, leaving the 4th with life-altering injuries. It was determined that the 4 cap screws holding the wheel assembly failed at the same time. Enter the Conspiracy Corner.
Could these incidents have been the result of design flaws and less than ideal maintenance practices, or simply the result of evolving progressive safety protocols? I feel like some do not think ahead to prevent chaos, or not enough, while we just wait for something to happen and then adjusting precautions accordingly, and only after something irreparable happens. Isn't this always the way, though? Until it becomes a very public, horrific incident, does it affect those with money and those with power? Sometimes I think that it's just a lack of communication between so many cogs in the wheel, so to speak. Directors don't always understand what operations have to facilitate, and maybe the other way around. Then again, I know better. Even though incidents like this are still bound to happen, for the most part, I still think that having fun is possible, even being far into this pandemic, COVID-19. I have faith that the stress of social distancing, pocket-sized hand sanitizer, and mask wearing will soon have a great payoff for all of us.
My hope is that no one has to live in fear, ever. As always, I will never give up and read the science. Special thanks to all the reading materials I could get my hands on, internet mostly. Thanks to wikipedia.org, attractionmanagement.com, and cnn.com. Thanks so much for listening. I am Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast, Hell is Not the End.